And next best action adventure, Plague's Tale, God of War, Horizon, Stray, and the Tunic game, which I don't even think we talked about because we both know jack shit about.
Yeah, we don't know anything about Tunic, so. Best action adventure. I can, like, it's between the big two, honestly.
Yeah, it's like, damn, bro. I actually, because God of War and Horizon have very similar like upgrades from their predecessor. Like they're similar in the way that again, they're just upgrades from their predecessor, and those upgrades are actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Because of how well they build upon their previous games. That it's like, I don't know. It's obviously gonna be one of those two, but I genuinely don't know who's winning that.
Yeah, I don't know either. I kind of want to go for God of War because everything I've seen just looks great. It looks so fun.
I'm gonna give it to Horizon because I just remembered like what Horizon 2 ends and leads up to, and I'm just like, what the fuck is this? This is about to be a crazy story when the third game comes out.
Interesting. All right.
No spoilers, but all I know is what this game sets up at the end is fucking. I was not expecting that turn.
Oh, now I need to go back and try to finish this game.
Daniel, you need to finish Horizon, bro. You need to finish that game. You need a PS5, bro.
Yeah, I really
Black
need a
Friday
PS5.
is around the corner, bro. Treat yourself to a PS5 on Black Friday.
Oh, God, I hope so.
Alright, let's go to best role-playing game. Elden Ring, no shocker there. Live Alive, I know those remake. I have never set the time aside to play Live Alive, but from what I've seen, hella motherfuckers love that game.
Damn.
Pokemon Legends Arceus, good Pokemon game, not that great of a overall game.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna win this.
Triangle Strategy, same thing as Live Alive. I've heard hella people talk about it that are big RPG fans. So that has a pretty good chance too. And then obviously Xenoblade 3. I'm not surprised it's here. Do I think it's beating Elden Ring? No, but it's like the only thing here that I genuinely think has a possibility of beating Elden Ring. Because it's just Xenoblade and Elden Ring.
Yeah.
I want them to just be like, alright, let Elden Ring have Game of the Year and let everyone else get something. If you can just let Elden Ring get Game of the Year and then give this to Xenoblade, I'm fine with it.
I mean, Xenoblade is already gonna get best score.
Here's the thing, we don't know this.
Yeah, we don't.
We don't know that. Because the music in every game on that is fucking insane.
Yeah.
So this is the only thing where I look at and I think Xenoblade could take this. This is the only thing I think, yeah. So because of that, I am hoping to whatever god is out there that it goes to Xenoblade. But Elden Ring is probably taking that.
It probably is. There's a good chance it is.
All right. Now, fighting games, which is more so my area. There's a wild card in here, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
DNF Duel, which is, anybody who doesn't know, it's another anime type fighter based off of a really fucking popular MMO, DF Duel. DNF. I say DNF. Dungeon Fighter Online. There we go. Which apparently has at this point 1 billion people playing worldwide. So,
jeez.
Yeah, this thing has been going since the early 2000s.
God damn.
Yeah, I think it's like around like 18, 19 years.
Oh.
So yeah. That being said, the fighting game came out and then that was it. Like there has been it's just been like patch updates. There's like been no like character updates, no stages, nothing. It's just like the game came out and the game is basically what it is. It is a fun game. Because it's a game that we haven't had in the fighting game community in a while, where it's just like, if you get touched, GG's. You get your turn the next round. You get touched, you just die.
Damn.
It's something that I feel like the fighting game community kind of needed. But unfortunately, this game didn't, for whatever reason, have a moment in Evo. Evo was like, oh, the game's too new. But Evo really likes to pick and choose when something's too new. Because Multiverses even had a sub-tournament. and Multiverses technically wasn't even out when it had that sub tournament.
Oh damn.
Well, no, it was out for like probably a week, I think. So it's like Evo really likes to be picking and choosing when games get to be in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, DNF Duel, I would be shocked if it won that. The JoJo's Cybernet Connect 2 game.
Yep.
JoJo fans are, I know, loving this game.
Oh no,
that's all
obviously.
I know.
Yeah.
You got 50 plus character roster, and apparently, even though this is a remaster of an old JoJo's game, they're adding characters to it still.
Damn.
With this remaster. So it's getting DLC.
Damn.
So JoJo's fans are eating with this game.
Yeah. And thank God it was actually a pretty good game too. Like, holy shit.
So, from what I heard, the online isn't bad. It's playable. I imagine it's one of those things as time's going to go on, it's going to get worse and worse because the player base is going to fall down. So you're going to be fighting people from further distant from where you are. Yeah. So that's going to fuck up the connection. With any game that has delay-based netcode, it'd be like that. So I don't really know from like the JoJo's, because obviously I'm not part of the JoJo's fan base. I don't know how much they are eating this and loving this, but I know they are. Whether or not it's going to be enough to make this win game of the year, fighting game of the year, I don't know. This is the game that I am personally rooting for game of the year, at least fighting game of the year. King of Fighters 15. Because it's kind of like, all right, SNK is back. King of Fighters is truly back. And it's been doing a lot of things right. The only thing is, I think the matchmaking for the game is still like kind of fucky, but they're getting a crossplay updates, I think, in the beginning of next year, which is a very long time to get like a major issue like matchmaking fixed, but it'd be like that. We can't have shit in the fighting game world. Hopefully Street Fighter 6 comes around and like, tells everybody, hey, this is how a game should release. So that way we can stop having ass games, bro. Because deadass, little tangent, Street Fighter 6 beta release, and that shit was better than most full fighting game releases. That shit was crazy. But with that, I think King of Fighters, it would, for me personally, would be like the game that like deserves this the most, because it did a lot right for a King of Fighters game, and it's been getting pretty decent support from SNK, to be honest. Like they've been, I feel like there's like new characters being releasing very consistent from this game, because I think, yeah, they released it because King of Fighters is a team-based game, Daniel, so it's like teams of 3.
Oh, okay.
And rather than like how with Fighters, they release like 1 or 2 characters like around the same time. Like it was like every two months you were getting like 3 new characters released, all the way to like Evo which was in August. So it was just like, bro, what the fuck?
Damn. Yeah.
Multiverses, this obviously is probably the biggest casual game that released this year.
Yeah, no, definitely.
That being said, this game, obviously, it had the best numbers out of any game that is regarded as a fighting game ever. Having just on Steam alone, well, over I think 100 something people playing, which Damn. If you go like based on how many people are probably playing on the PlayStation version, which would be around the same size to maybe even more than that, people pretty much speculate there's probably around like over 300,000 people playing in one time.
God damn.
And that is, again, massive for fighting game numbers. Yeah. You don't see that normally. That being said, this game has definitely fallen because of how they are updating the game. It's like the way they're trickling out content for the game. Honestly, I feel like King of Fighters did the content trickling out a lot better, and you had to pay for that.
Interesting.
And I get it, like, obviously this is a free game with a very small team, whereas SNK is a much bigger company, so it's kind of unfair to compare the two. But there's still things that I feel like could be better managed with Multiverses, but I don't want to be too harsh on it because it is the first free fighting game, as well as like that is going with the Battle Pass style of updates. So I don't want to be too hard on it. So I wouldn't be surprised if it wins, because it changed. It is changing how fighting games are gonna be within the next couple years. Like we're gonna see if this free fighting game things works when the League of Legends fighting game comes out,
Oh
because
yeah.
that's gonna determine if there's a room for that, which I think there is, and from apparently a lot of big developers, Capcom, Bandai, I'm pretty sure SNK and other developers are looking at this League of Legends fighting game, and they want to see what that game produces in numbers. So,
And
this multiverses might have changed something in the fighting game world forever. So that I can see why it would get Game of the Year, fighting game of the year.
yeah.
And then we have the fucking wild card.
I was really caught off guard when they fucking announced this when I was watching the live stream.
How do you think I feel, sir? So I hope this doesn't win. Not because I don't like Sifu, because I think Sifu's great.
Yeah.
But in the fighting game community, there are already arguments on what is and isn't a fighting game. Me calling Multiverses a fighting game, people will debate this.
Damn.
People debate if Smash is a fighting game. People debate if games like the Naruto Storm games are fighting games. The fighting game community debates shit. If this wins,
This
bro,
probably-
it's just gonna get worse if
See-
this wins fighting games.
See, this alone being nominated probably just started a fire, like lit a match.
It lit. This is why I'm glad I don't like dig that deep into the fighting game community.
Yeah.
Because it definitely set a match and just threw it in a tub of oil, bro.
Yeah, cause god damn, this, like seeing this broke my ankles and just like, I honestly don't know if I should root for it or not, cause
I am rooting heavily against it. I'm sorry, Sufu. You can win anything else, just not this.
yeah, I told you this already. I kind of picking multiverses because again, just I think the bigger casual fans will probably float towards that more.
Yep.
But
Then that's 100% fair.
yeah, but what you said with King of Fighters, I don't know. Maybe the fighting community is probably gonna go
Yeah.
for King of Fighters.
Because I feel like, fighting game fans are probably more paying attention to the Game Awards than casual fans. But we'll see.
Yeah,
Smash obviously has won Game of the Year for fighting games. I think Smash got close to winning Game of the Year, I think. But yeah. So I wouldn't be... Actually, no, Smash came out 2018. Yeah, no, never mind. We already talked about what the fighting game lineup... Not fighting, the Game of the Year lineup. And there was definitely no Smash in there for that.
Definitely wasn't.
Anyway, yeah. Let's move on to family, which... Kirby the Forgotten Lands, Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga, Mario Rabbids, Spark of Hope, and Nintendo Switch Sports, and Splatoon 3. Now, I don't know if you know this, Daniel, but Splatoon 3 is the best-selling video game ever in Japan.
I think I remember hearing about that. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I remember hearing about Splatoon, or like when Splatoon 2 came out, and I was, or like before, like, on its heyday, like on its peak, on Splatoon 2, I never realized how big of a fan base that had until Splatoon 3 came out, and I just see everybody here talking about it. I'm just like, bro, how big of a game this is? Like, how many people played this?
Exactly, bro. And now in Japan, it is the best-selling video game ever.
Yeah, so
That's fucking insane.
I definitely could see this Splatoon 3 winning. But
I can see that too. Me personally, Kirby's right there,
Yeah,
so I have to root for Kirby.
yeah. I honestly, because thinking of Lego fans, and I know people love the Lego, like, just games in general, because
Same.
they're pretty fun. I could see Lego Star Wars winning.
It's like a three-way between. Actually, no, I would say it's a two-way between Lego and Splatoon. But I'm hoping the Kirby fans come out of nowhere
Imagine.
and just bomb that shit. Just be like, all right, everybody on Kirby.
Well, I'm kind of going for Lego Star Wars, not only because it's Legos and Star Wars, but also because I have recently been playing Legos Harry Potter's, because the Legacy collection was free for PlayStation Plus users. So downloaded that shit, started playing that, bro. The nostalgia, cause cause I know some of the I think the this recent Star Wars the Skywalker saga actually has voice acting, but the old games, the old Lego games, had no voice acting, and they just had to fucking like most of the characters shrugged, make like they're doing the best they can to communicate without using words, and sometimes it was just fucking hilarious. And seeing that shit just brought back so much nostalgia, and I'm rooting for Lego Star Wars.
Yeah, like I said, me Kirby, but I think Splatoon's taking that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Splatoon wins it.
Yeah.
Seeing the fan base, I'm just like, damn, nah, you Splatoon might take this.
Now, best simulation / strategy game. I know jack shit about every game here except for Mario plus Rabbids, and there's something inside of me that's telling that's gonna win. I don't know what it is,
I think.
but I know people who have played this. Apparently, they love it. The Mario plus Rabbit fans fucking love this game.
So Derek, do you know anything about Warhammer or
No.
Warhammer 30K? So I don't know too much about it, but all I know is that there is a huge fucking fan base for Warhammer.
Oh, I know. I think I remember hearing it's like one of Sega's like sleeper hits, like one of those shits they just don't fucking talk about.
Yeah.
But apparently makes them a fuck ton of money.
Yeah, so I honestly might think that Total War is gonna win this, but yeah, I'm like that's the only other thing like other game that I know of like from this lineup. So yeah, I think maybe Warhammer. I don't know about 2 Point Campus or Victoria or whatever. Mario, I wouldn't be surprised if Mario and Rabbids win this, but yeah.
Best sports, me nor you are into sports games.
Nope, fuck
being
sports
said,
games.
Some a couple of people I watch have been heavily playing 2K. So I don't know. I feel like a lot of people have been on 2K for whatever reason. So I
Yeah.
feel like 2K is probably gonna take that or Gran Turismo because I know again a couple of people I watch have also randomly were playing Gran Turismo 7.
Hmm.
So yeah, I feel like one of those two got it.
Yeah, I think I had to pick probably NBA 2K 23. So
Best multiplayer. Now
this I think Splatoon 3 might take this again.
Splatoon 3 might take this, but now hear me out.
Uh-huh.
Fuck the first four. Let's shake the world by a foundation
God
by
damn.
giving it to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
You know what?
Let's destroy everything.
What was the other nominee they had? Best action game? Fuck that reward. Best multiplayer game. Let's get the Ninja Turtle fans.
We need these 4-player random action games back.
Exactly.
And goddamn, we need to send these developers a message that there's still room for this shit.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fans, rise up.
Rise up and just destroy the COD multiverses. Oh, you got a lot of competition here. There's everything here is gonna fight you.
Especially Splatoon 3. Splatoon 3 is a whole like boss battle you have to deal with, but I believe in you guys. Let's get Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on there.
All right. Now that we got our propaganda out the way, content creator, I don't know, nor do I care for any. I've heard of Ludwig, but I don't know what the fuck they do.
I know all I actually know the 3 of these because I don't know about Rebellion and Nobru, but Carl Jacobs, he's with Mr. Beast, so he has a big following. Ludwig has been big for a while, like the past 2 years. He's been pretty big, and Cutie Cinderella, she's been big this year, but Cutie's actually and Ludwig are actually dating, so it's actually pretty funny to see that they're both like competing with each other. But I think Carl Jacobs taking this because Minecraft fans, there's a lot of them. People and Minecraft fans are really, really passionate. Like,
yeah, I'm sure.
Like they're rivaling K-pop fans so heavily. So I'm thinking Carl Jacobs gonna win this. I'll be happy if Ludwig or Cutie Cinderella would win those two, because Ludwig is he's been like doing a lot. Like he's had a bunch of game shows that he's done. Cutie has done a lot of events as well, but yeah, I'm thinking Carl Jacobs gonna win this. Just Minecraft fans. That's all I gotta say. But anyway, that was my
Yeah, I
insight.
have nothing to say about that. So
Yeah, I'm the one mostly on YouTube, so yeah.
Best debut indie. I feel like Strays is taking that out of. It's the only one that's an indie game that's voted game of the year.
Yeah,
I feel like Strays is taking this.
Stray is definitely taking this. I don't know about any. Well, Neon White, we talked about it. Narco, I don't know. Tunic, we don't know. And Vampire Survivors, I know of this game. I think if it's the one I'm thinking of, which actually let me click on the.
See, Vampire Survivors keeps fucking me up because I keep reading Vampire Saviors, which is the Darkstalkers, and I'm just like, that is not at all what it is.
Oh yeah, so okay, so Vampire Survivors is the one that's like, I don't know if you've seen it, but it's like there's been a bunch of clips about just showing like you're just it's like a roguelike where it shoot 'em up, because like it's a bunch of bullets flying around. You get power ups that you can like, and obviously you're getting swarmed by a bunch of like vampires. So
Is it like a bullet hell?
yeah,
Or...
bullet hell. That's what I meant. That's what I meant to say. Like shoot 'em up. It's a bullet hell type game. It From what I've seen, it looks pretty fun, and I know people like love roguelikes like this, where it's like, just keep getting better and better with each one and all that. But yeah, no, since like you mentioned, Stray was nominated for Game of the Year, I think maybe Stray is taking this. But if I had to, if it wasn't up there, I think Vampire Survivors would actually win this.
And now adaptation. This you said is new, and yeah, thinking about it, yeah, this is new.
Yeah.
And holy shit, are there some like heavy hitters on here?
There really is. First of all, Uncharted is not winning this. I don't know who thinks who is a like. I'm a big Uncharted fan, but I whoever saw this movie and thought it was great, well, you're wrong. Just wrong.
The Tom Holland fans are gonna come out swinging with this one.
Oh
Let
God!
me tell you, they're gonna come out swinging. It's like, yo, vote our man, get him up there.
Oh God! Oh Jesus! I would lose faith in humanity if that happens, Derek. Especially,
go ahead.
especially since I know so many people love fucking Arcane. I know so many people love Cyberpunk. I actually haven't seen too much of the Cuphead show. Like anyone talk about that.
Yeah, I haven't heard anybody talk about this either.
Yeah, and then Sonic the Hedgehog too. I know people love Sonic, like the Sonic fans. We're definitely eating so. But if I had,
let's go through this Cuphead real quick. Like, nothing.
Yeah.
We both know nothing about like. Nobody's been talking about this. I forgot this came out. I forgot the Cuphead show came out.
I knew it was coming out, but I never knew when it did. So I was just like, it's coming out soon, right, guys? And then little did I know it already came out like a week ago. But
no, Sonic fans are eating with Sonic the Hedgehog 2. They fucking love this movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen it still.
Like
but
everything about it, like was like just how characters act, was been pretty good. I think. Correct me if I think the original voice actor for Tails actually also voiced Tails in this movie, and it's not someone different. I am remembering that correctly.
I'm pretty sure. I haven't seen the movie, and I haven't paid too much attention to it, so I can't really say. But yeah, all I know was I was surprised when the first one was actually really good, because I thought it was gonna be, video game movies, they're not that great, so I thought it was gonna be like just another video game movie that we have to deal with. But no, like it did pretty well. So
Yep, I was like, okay, yeah. The voice actor for Tails is the only character to reprise their role from the games. Yeah, see. So I like that a little bit. Well, you're talking about Kane, right?
Oh no, I was still talking about Sonic, but
okay.
We can jump into Arcane, which that's still, I mean, League of Legends expert here. I've obviously seen it, and it's done really well. Like, Riot put so much money into this, and it definitely shows, because every scene is beautifully animated. The story is actually pretty good, and with me knowing like a little bit of the backstory of like all the characters and seeing that being changed a little bit and shown on screen, it's great to see. Like it's great, honestly. Like there's nothing bad I could say with Arcane.
And then with Cyberpunk,
Cyberpunk,
as someone who doesn't give a fuck about Cyberpunk,
mhm.
I've just been paying attention to what people have been talking about this. But you gotta understand, for one, this is done by Studio Trigger.
I definitely heard.
If I remember correctly, because they are the people who done Kill la Kill, so that's what they are known for. So automatically, that's what got a good amount of people into Edge Runner.
Yeah.
And animation and just art wise, from the little bits I've seen of Cyberpunk Edge Runner, fucking looks amazing.
Yeah.
Like, as far as like an anime goes, it is absolutely amazing to look at. And you also gotta give this anime the prop that it literally like gave almost a renaissance to like the popularity of Cyberpunk 2077. It boosted that game's sales and popularity out of fucking nowhere.
Oh yeah, no, it definitely did.
Because this was so good for a lot of people that it made them go back into the game.
Yeah, no, I remember that part where like the minute it came out, everybody's back to like liking Cyberpunk again. It's like, oh yeah, Cyberpunk wasn't so bad, right? Like,
no, it was definitely bad.
Yeah, definitely, but they just
people were getting their hopes up. People were on some big copium.
They were copium really hard. They just wanted their yellow jacket and look like David, and that's it.
Which, fun fact, one of our buddies, like someone who I've been talking to recently, like I would say, I'm part of the friend group of. His name is also David, and he is Dominican, just like apparently the main character of Cyberpunk Edge Runner is. But also, they're from the same part of DR.
Interesting. What the fuck?
Yeah, I just want to throw that out because I know you don't know, because you met David, but like you haven't like been around him that much. So
yeah,
I was told that, and I was like, bro, what the fuck? You legally have to like this character.
Exactly. He is literally you.
Like, you are him and he is you and you are we.
Exactly.
Like, that is like, how do you have such a big coincidence?
I don't even know.
But yeah. And that is also why when they put up the votes, Cyberpunk's getting my vote for that reason right there. I gotta basically support the Cyberpunk version of my boy.
I mean, you're not wrong. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's a good reason. I honestly, only because I've seen Arcane, I'll probably vote for that. But honestly, I don't know. Between Arcane and Cyberpunk is where I think one of those two are gonna win.
I think Sonic also is like.
Yeah.
You should not like take lightly. I feel like it would not be surprising if that won.
Yeah.
Because I think out of all of these, Sonic has the most mass audience appeal.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just, of course, knowing League of Legends and knowing the fan base, I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if Arcade win this.
I wouldn't be surprised if any of them won it, but I think that's like the movie. That's the one to beat. Sonic right there is the one to beat. Now, on to most anticipated, and it's probably gonna be the last one we do because everything else is like esports, and the only thing I care about is like esport event all the way at the bottom, which I would just say Evo, because to put it as quickly as possible, this year Evo was fucking amazing, just from what I've seen and what I've heard a lot of people talk about.
Yeah, no, I actually agree with you. I think Evo might actually win this. Because even though, like, see, League of Legends or the Valorant championship, those two weren't as like big. Because I didn't even know World was happening until I saw like one of my streamers actually was invited to stream World. So like I was like, oh okay, well it's happening now.
Yeah, no, they shook up the foundation so much of Evo, and it shows like they tried to improve upon it so much. Now for the final part, most anticipated games, which for me, I'm the Final Fantasy bitch. I have to go with 16, bro. Coming out summer next year, bro. That it is my life is go. If this shit's ass, I'm literally committing a crime. If this shit is ass, I'm committing a crime. I don't care.
I just want to say, bro. First of all, Starfield, I don't think is gonna win this. Like, no
Oh
one.
no! If Starfield wins this, deadass, I'm doing a backflip out of my chair and landing on my neck.
Yeah, because I honestly after seeing like, didn't they show off Starfield? Yeah, no, they showed off
But
Starfield.
they showed off gameplay, and it just looks
Yeah,
like every Bethesda shooting game ever.
exactly.
Where
So,
like it doesn't feel like the guns really have like any type of impact towards them.
yeah, so I don't think it's gonna win this, but the others are so big heavy
Yeah.
hitters. I'm just like, damn, I don't know who to root for because Hogwarts, I I have that love for Harry Potter, but Resident Evil 4, and then Legend of Zelda, they gotta add
Yeah.
that. It's like, fuck, who do I
Yeah, no,
root for?
it's a lot of heavy hitters, and for me personally, it is really between the two oldest video game franchises, Resident Evil. Well, not Resident. Actually no, Zelda's older than Resident
Yeah,
Evil.
I was gonna say like, I,
It's the big of like what the oldest video game franchise that's on here, and then what the franchise that has one of the biggest video games ever under its belt.
yeah,
Resident Evil 4 and Final Fantasy 16. I think those are the two to beat in this like anticipated, because obviously Final Fantasy, it's always like a huge thing with Final Fantasy,
yeah,
because Square Enix, they always put hella budget into those games. And I'm sure as we get closer to the fucking release of this game, there's gonna be bigger like advertisement for it. I'd be surprised if they don't do that much advertising for this game, because they definitely fucking hurt The World Ends With You with barely talking about it.
yeah. Like, honestly, I can see Final Fantasy when like in post scene from the trailers. I can see why they put in so much money into this and all that. Like, bro, it's
Hogwarts, I can see people like being excited for it, because I know every Harry Potter fan that I know that is also a gamer is hella looking forward to this. But yeah, and for you, for Resident Evil, we know. Well, I know you. You're the Resident Evil head, bro.
yeah. The Resident Evil 4, like seeing every, honestly still kind of cautious because, like, it's it's Resident Evil 4. You're remaking one of the best games in history that's been ever made. I don't know if they're gonna live up to the hype, but from what I've seen, everything looks great. Like,
And that's not an opinion, by the way, people, because I remember like Maximilian dude made that statement. That's not an opinion.
Yeah.
That's a literal fucking fact. This game is one of the best-selling games ever. It is one of the best-selling horror games ever.
yes,
It is literally just one of the best games to ever be released.
exactly. And so
This is Resident Evil 4, for anybody who isn't aware, is literally Capcom's version of Final Fantasy 7.
yeah, that's definitely like it's definitely up there with like Resident Evil 7 or Resident Evil 7, Final Fantasy 7. Not, but like
It is there. Like, this is if we are going through financial strife, this is the game we released.
Exactly.
Kind of game.
Exactly. So remaking that, like, and this is a remake because there are there's like different elements like of the story change and all that. Obviously graphics are a lot better looking and it looks good. I am enjoying everything that I'm seeing. It's just, again, is it gonna live up to the hype? I have some healthy skepticism about it, but still, like, this is Capcom. They have not, other than Resident Evil 8, in my opinion, that wasn't that great. The DLC I saw was great. They're on a roll. Capcom has been on a roll for a good bit.
They have been on a roll. And it looks like literally they fixed everything, because now Street Fighter is looking good.
Yeah.
So at this point, I'm like, there's literally nothing bad about Capcom at this point, other than just now they just need to start bringing back dead franchises, and they're golden.
Yeah, like
Everything else, they're fine.
that's what I mean with like them being on a roll. Like, not just with their horror game, with just Resident Evil itself, but with all their other games. Like, I do hope that this game lives up to the hype and does, like, is better than the original. But again, especially after like playing, or like what I was playing original Resident Evil 4 when they announced the remake, and I still like enjoyed some of the stuff in original Resident Evil 4. Like, I wasn't originally that hyped because, again, the game was great on its own originally. You didn't have to remake this, but seeing everything, I like everything I've seen. it definitely like I can definitely see him winning, but it's still it's competition because we're gonna skip Starfield. I don't think we need to talk about Starfield, but Legend of Zelda, Tears of the
Oh,
Kingdom.
they just need to show more than fucking 5 seconds of gameplay for this game, and and that gameplay needs to not be Link falling from the fucking sky for the 80th time.
Pulling up.
That's all.
Yeah, that's true.
That's all. It's like I know hella people are excited for this game.
Yeah.
People in our that we are friends with are excited for this game. But show something about the game that is not Link falling from the fucking sky.
Link pulling a Kratos just falling down. God, I fucking love that meme.
Motherfucker over here singing like I was about to sing, but you know what? That's probably gonna get copyright, so let me not.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a game that's like, I feel like it's like. I mean, I feel like there's a big three here, and it's Final Fantasy, Resident Evil, and Zelda.
Yeah.
Because I think it's like granted, there's a lot of Harry Potter fans.
No, there is definitely.
So, but I don't know if it's like on the same level as like the Final Fantasy and Resident Evil fans right now with Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. I could be completely fucking wrong.
I mean, yeah, maybe.
And I would like to be wrong.
Yeah, maybe.
Trust me, I don't want to be right. I want to be 100% wrong about this.
We'll see Hogwarts steal this maybe.
Yeah, if Hogwarts steals that, I'm like, oh. That means don't fuck up if Hogwarts wins.
Yeah.
That's what that means. But
And
yeah,
then,
Zelda.
And then we're living in the wrong universe if Starfield wins.
We are definitely in the wrong universe, bro.
Exactly. Anyway, yeah, you're saying.
As far as Zelda, again, it's like I want to be excited for this game. Someone who played the original Breath of the Wild for literally an hour and then just got bored pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I want this game to come out and be, great. I don't want it to have like the same issue that the first game had, where it's like you can go and like, cause it's hard. It's a hard mix. It's like the fact that you can just start the game and just gun it for Ganon.
Oh yeah.
That is fucking great. You can beat the game right then and there.
Yeah, you just gotta be good enough.
But at the same time, it's just like that is literally the high point of the game.
Yeah.
It's like, for at least most people, if for the people who like exploring the world, I know they're gonna have a field day with this, because especially from what I remember hearing, if this is like true, there's like 3 levels of like elevations that are explored. It's like the base world that we are used to exploring for Breath of the Wild. Then there's like the dungeons that are in the sky, that like the sky area, and there might be like some like underneath like areas to explore too. So it's going to be like a below ground, above ground, and in the sky like type of like exploration for the game. Which if that's true, that's fucking insane.
Yeah.
That is already making it a much bigger game than already Breath of the Wild was, and more room for exploration and dungeons. Because I think that is probably, from what I know, people who played Breath of the Wild, their biggest complaint is that it doesn't feel like a Zelda game with exploration.
I mean,
with like the puzzle solving and all that shit.
Yeah, I mean, I know the only game I played from Zelda, like the Zelda franchise, was Breath of the Wild, so I can't really say much. But yeah, hearing that, just the elevation, it might, like, thinking of how big they're going, if this is actually true and this is how it's gonna be, it's gonna be bigger than any game. Like, I'm talking about, again, bigger than Red Dead, bigger than fucking GTA in terms of like open worldness and what you can do in there. Like,
just issues with just
technical issues.
No worries. Anyway, fuck, we were saying something about, what was it? You were talking about Zelda. That's all.
I remember just bringing up the fact that like, how Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, it would probably, like, if you were saying if what you were saying is true, where like you have like 3 different elevations of like it's dungeons and exploration like that, yeah, it would just be it would probably be like the biggest game out there, because rivaling like Red Dead 2 with its map, and then GTA 5 with its map, and I don't know what other ones would be there, but yeah, like that would be a huge ass fucking game.
I mean, I'll say now Elden Ring is in that conversation for like
that's true, honestly.
Like open world game ever.
I forget sometimes. There's also like kind of 3 levels. Well, not 3. it's an under there's an underground as well, and then there's like
Yeah.
the other side of the map. Like yeah, there's a lot of stuff in Elden Ring. So yeah, you're right.
Um. I don't think I had anything else to really say on these. Like I said, for me, 16. That's like the game for me personally as a Final Fantasy nut job. That's the one I want to go, and I am excited for the most.
Yeah, honestly, while I am also excited for Legend of Zelda, I gotta go for my main team, Resident Evil.
Yeah, bro. Leon fucking does a fucking sword clash with a knife against a chainsaw, bro.
He,
Like, what the fuck are you supposed
oh
to do?
yeah,
How do you fight that? How do you fight that?
I forgot that that happened, and now you reminded me. I'm like, yeah, that. Well, one, I'm kind of upset about that because in the original game, it's usually like one hit and you're dead. Like if they slash you.
Well, it's because they changed how the knife
No,
works. Now it is actual like
I
an
know, but
item.
like that was what brought me terror against those guys. Because knowing the fact that not only they're coming at me with a chainsaw, but with the fact that like I gotta dodge their attacks, or they touch me once, I am dead. Like, fuck, man.
I think it's also like a like. It's not like, oh, as if you have the knife in your inventory, you can just always do it. It's like a timing thing.
Probably
So
yeah.
at the fact that it no, because I remember it's like an icon that pops up briefly right when he strikes, and then like the person who's like doing the demonstration
Hmm.
does it, and then does a clash and all that, and it's like so it's like and then it eats away half of the nice durability and all
Yeah,
that fun
like
jazz.
obviously,
As long as it's like something that takes like skill to do,
yeah.
I wouldn't mind because it would remind me of like in what's it called in Metroid
Mm,
Dread where it's like the enemy robots that can
yeah.
kill you. They can technically like you can technically save yourself,
But God, that
but the window to do it is so fucking
yeah,
small. You might as well be dead.
yeah.
That's how I think it's gonna be. It's gonna probably a little bit more forgiving because it's a lot of a bigger franchise. They're gonna be a little bit more nicer about it. But I can still imagine it being like something you can fuck up if you're not paying
Yeah, no,
attention
I like I said, I definitely
and get hit with that insta kill.
yeah, like I mean, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like it's still gonna be scary and like that, but again, just something like to compare like the original being like it's still good, but yeah, I guess because like I said, I mentioned before, I still love the original Resident Evil 4, so seeing the remake, I'm skeptical on how good it's actually gonna be, but yeah, but I think.
Right. And with that, you wanted to do
Oh
esports
yeah,
stuff.
just because I follow some of this stuff like loosely. Best esports game, I think League of Legends, like because well, even though I know Counter Strike is big and Rocket League has been getting a little bit bigger, League of Legends is one of the OGs, and I think it's one before. So you know that esports athlete, I only know Faker because again League of Legends, and he was actually playing on the recent Worlds. I remember he was on there. And I think he won. I'm pretty sure. So you know, there's that. I'm pretty sure he's gonna win because of that. Esports team, I don't know. FaZe Clan, sure, why not? Anyways, that's it. I don't know. It's esports coach, and we already talked about esports events, so that's it.
Yeah. So with that definitely concludes the end of the discussion. I noticed it's a long one, so me and Danny might cut into two parts. So just in case after this, Danny, we're just gonna like do a quick, but still on the same recording. I'll just cut it out and just squeeze it into a like a different part. We might make this like a 2-part thing, and then you
Yeah,
know because this is a fucking long ass
yeah,
session. But I imagined that we were gonna have hella shit to say about some of these
yeah.
little nominees later, and like probably not like today,
Mm-hmm.
but another time. Like I was doing something talking about what's it called, like anything we think like showcasing, like because obviously anybody who's aware, usually some type of like big reveals during the Game Awards.
Oh, yeah. So
Anything,
like predictions on like
yeah.
thing.
So I would imagine do that closer to like when it's about to be
Yeah,
like maybe the week before we started to do that.
yeah. We can try and do something like that. I would be down because yeah, there could be. I mean, this is what there's a lot of games that are we just talked about some of the games that are coming out that hey they might show some trailers in the Game Awards. We don't know, but that's for a later time to talk about.
Yeah. So with that, thank anybody again for watching, and we'll see you guys for whatever the fuck we have. Probably, honestly, maybe me and you are gonna do a discussion on Pokemon. Maybe I
Oh
don't
yeah,
fucking know.
we
We'll
could talk
figure that
about that
out.
as well. Yeah, that's another video idea.
So
Yeah.
anyway, hope you all have a great day and later.
Peace.
Okay, here we go. All right. So
Hello,
me
everybody.
and Danny here. Shut the fuck up, Daniel. Anyway.
Jesus Christ.
Eh,